Day 1, Chapter 2, The Looming Shadow. His outburst came suddenly. The innocent, pain-filled cry tears through the room like a siren. "Hush, young one," the king says as he races toward the exit. But despite his best efforts, his erratic movements only further irritate the child. And like a predator to prey, the ruthless cutthroat discards his battle with Gray and pursues the fleeing pair, with said night now hot on his tail. Every passing second brings with it an unspeakable sense of dread. Every inch he draws closer is like a noose, slowly tightening around one's neck with each breath. That choking sensation of uncertainty leaves Korra with but a single instinct: protect. He encases the baby in his arms, putting his very own body on the line for him. And then, a slash! The king hits the ground. In an instant, the enemy's ice-cold hand grabs hold of the child, blade raised to his neck. "I advise you to remain where you are, lest the grip of hell claim this one's life." Not a movement from either of them. "Good. Now we can proceed with more important matters. There's something I need done, and you're going to assist me, King Korra." Though not his own child, Korra shudders at the thought of the boy's fate. Gray, however, grows impatient. "I refuse to give in to my enemies," he says. A twitch of Gray's muscles. That's all it took. The enemy releases a strange purple gas from a canister. Before long, Gray and Korra grow weaker. Their vision blurs, their hearing dulls, and within moments, all that remains is darkness. Where am I? Gray slowly comes to, his eyes opening to a dimly lit room. Scarlet torches flicker on the chiseled walls, showing flashes of a familiar silhouette. "So you're finally awake. Good." "The king, where is he? For that matter, what did you do with my son?" "The boy's fine for now. He's simply resting in his cell. Seems his life is quite the bargaining chip, considering how easily the king bent to my demands." Gray's face twists. "Enough! What do you want with us?" "You mean you don't know? Fascinating. I was under the impression everyone gained the same knowledge that night, but perhaps..." Amidst the world's growing disorder, the Sunfire Castle continues to stand with the sun, golden walls radiating an illusion of security. Its heavenly doors part at the sound of Korra's voice, behind which a wall of servants stand in preparation for his return. However, he bypasses their presence, as if brushing past a thin curtain, and scales the ever-rising stairs ahead. Every muscle screams for him to turn back, yet he forces himself to the top, where he approaches a door much less glamorous than the rest of the castle. A slow, hesitant knock from Korra, a quiet announcement of his return, and then the door opens. "Welcome back," the woman on the other side says. The two embrace longingly, and as they pull apart, Korra averts his gaze to her belly. "My dear Trisha, how are you feeling?" She smiles and places a playful finger on his cheek. "Hungry," she says. Why didn't you request something from the chefs?" Their food's good, but I'd much rather eat what you make. And I'm sure I'm not the only one who has that sentiment." Korra blushes, then quickly guides her to the kitchen, words caught in his throat. However, that jittery feeling of young love soon crumbles back into fear as he remembers his task. He gently sits her at a large, gilded table and places a bottle of water in her hand, as if serving a goddess. "For you to wet your whistles while you wait." Yet even now, his grip on the beverage remains. "Honey?" She places a second hand over his. Every tremor in his hand, every twitch of his finger, becomes painfully apparent to her. He looks away, if only an inch, and pops the lid up. Then suddenly, he drops it. The bottle lands at her feet, water splashing upwards like a miniature geyser. Cora, what are you... He quickly bends down and grabs a strange pill resting in the puddle. That pill, Trisha says. It's meant to end an unborn's life in mere minutes. It's poison. Cora, what is going on here?
You dare test my patience?
Another voice, faint yet sharp, says.
You will feed her that pill, or else.
Just then, Trisha spots a small communicator device tucked in Cora's ear, furthering her confusion. Locked and bound within his cell, Gray stares down his captor with unyielding resolve. But even so, the latter remains unmoved. You ask me what I desire from you. Simple. Your life. So then why am I still alive? You could have easily killed me the moment you knocked us out earlier. So the question is, why not? How about I pitch this to you? If a man were to behead a known ruthless killer before the whole world, how do you think they would react? What would they think of the executioner? Why deprive them of that satisfaction? Or myself of the glory? He flaunts a paper marked with the time and date, 10 a.m., April 11th. Tomorrow, huh? But that reputation won't be worth a damn once the world ends. Or did you already forget that? Fool, if you could only see the bigger picture. And what a shame it is. You two will die knowing absolutely nothing. His silhouetted figure fades into the long, dark hallway. Even now, the king is slowly putting an end to his own lineage. If what I heard that night was true, then the Sunfires must be dealt with. Understood? Nixus? He looks down at a figure in a horned helmet. It nods, eyes flickering a piercing red within its mask holes.
Understood, Master Shade.
Though mostly humanoid, parts of its body liquefy and reform, as if at odds with its very shape. And as the creature, whatever it is, departs for its mission, Shade gazes at the crimson sky. Tonight, the sun sets on a dying bloodline. Question of the day. What would you do if you were forced to betray the one you loved? Leave your answers in the comments below, as well as a like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next part.